Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions video. So I have like 7 or 8 products here that I'm going to be doing a first impression on. Some of them I've tried before, most of them I have never tried before. But most of them I got from Beautylish, and if you've never ordered from Beautylish, I really highly recommend their website. I am thinking about doing a video where I show you guys all of my Beautylish orders within the past year, because I didn't discover them until like late December last year, maybe even like the 1st of January this year. But I've seen like those videos go around talking about like the Sephora orders and stuff like that, and I don't really shop at Sephora all that much, so I don't really have a history of that, but I do have a history from Beautylish. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm going to do this today. I'm kind of nervous because one of these products I don't really ever dabble into using the colors that are in it. So if you're excited for this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell down below to be notified every time I upload a video, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock. So if you want to see me use these products, then let's just go ahead and get started. So I don't have any blush or bronzer or highlight on yet, and those are the main 3 products that I have here that I'm really excited to test out. So if you watched my little unboxing video on Instagram, it was on my stories, and I didn't save them, and I wish I would have, but if you saw those, then you know the products that I'm going to be using today. But for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Jouer Sunswept Bronzer Duo palette, and I got mine in the shade Light to Medium Duo. So this is what the unit carton looks like. Then you open up, and this is what the palette looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous. I've never tried anything from Jouer, and I've always heard that their packaging is really, really nice. But I bought this bronzer because of Nikki Tutorials. She uses this bronzer in like all of her videos now, and I have a hard time finding bronzers that are not orange on my skin tone. It's very rare that I find one that is just perfect for me. So I'm really, really excited to try this out because this lighter shade here is so nice. It is so pretty. I have not swatched or touched anything with these products yet. So to put it on, I'm going to be using the Morphe M527, and then I have my large stipple brush from e.l.f. to blend it out if I need to. So I'm just going to tuck my hair behind my ears real quick, and I'm going to go in with this lighter shade first. And I don't know how much product picks up on the brush, but I'm going to get about as much as I think I should use. And I'm just going to sweep this into the cheekbones. And right off the bat, I think that this is an awesome color. It's not very pigmented, but I really like that about it. And I'm still using just that lightest shade in the palette, and I think that shade is called Sunlight. So I'm just running this in all the places that I would normally run my bronzer, and wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really liking this so far. I'm going to take my e.l.f. stipple brush, and I'm just going to go over this very lightly. I really don't need to diffuse it hardly at all. I love the color of this bronzer. It is so nice. It is definitely like the perfect shade for me. And like I said, all I used was this lighter shade right here. I honestly could probably use the darker shade, which is called Suntan, for a little bit more of a contour. Alright, you guys, I literally think I just found my all-time favorite bronzing duo. I should have kind of expected that because me and Nikki Tutorials are a very, very similar shade, or Nikki Tutorials and I are a very similar shade. And anything that she recommends, like the colors of her foundation that she uses, I buy them because I am like her exact skin tone. And she loves this, and I should have known that this was going to probably be perfect for me, and I was definitely right. I am very, very impressed with this. I'm really excited to keep using this. I'm overall just really impressed with the packaging, like the weight of how this feels, and the bronzer is beautiful in this, and I'm really excited to keep using this. Okay, the next thing that I have here is also from Jouer. It's the powder highlighter, and I got mine in the shade Ice, and this is what the unit carton looks like. Really pretty gold packaging again. And this is what the outer packaging of the highlighter looks like. And like I said, it's in the shade Ice. And this is what it looks like. I don't really know. It really does just look white in person, and I'm sure it does on camera. It kind of has like a pinky hue to it. But I picked this up on the recommendation of Nicole Cutler, and it was only $24, which is really cheap, honestly, for a highlighter nowadays, like a single pan highlighter. And you get 4.5 grams in here, so a pretty good price for how much products you get. I'm really excited to try this out because of Nicole Cutler. She said they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to take it on my Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush, and I'm not going to do anything different. I always put my highlighter on before I put blush on and right after bronzer. So I'm just going to dab in here. I don't really know how pigmented this is. And I'm just going to run it on my cheeks. Sorry I'm being so silent right now, but I really don't know how I feel about this highlighter. It has a pinky undertone, which is fine with me. I usually like a champagne or like a more, like a champagne undertone. And this one has a pink undertone. I don't know if it's the powder that I used under it, which might be making it give off a pinker tone, but I honestly just think that, let me swatch it. I think that that's just the tone of the highlighter. Okay, in natural lighting, it kind of has like a pinky gold reflect. So it's kind of like a duochrome. I don't dislike it, but it's not my absolute favorite that I've ever used. I don't really wear pink highlighters all that much, but I will say the formula is beautiful on this. So, I don't know. I may send it back and get a different color. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to keep kind of playing around with it just a little bit just to kind of see how I like it. But I mean, it's not emphasizing any texture, and it is really, really smooth. So I don't hate it, but it's not my absolute favorite. The formula is really, really nice. Alright, the next thing I have here is this mini Gold Rush blush from Benefit. You guys know that I don't own any high-end blushes at the moment, actually. I've tried high-end blushes. I've tried Tarte's blushes. Those are really nice, and they're matte. This is what the Gold Rush blush looks like. I've always heard that these smelled good, and they do smell good. They smell kind of floral, like kind of perfumey. I, don't hate, but I don't really sniff my products before I put them on my face. So this has a really nice golden sheen over the top of it, but I've heard that that's just kind of like an overspray. This is not a new product by any means. I just wanted to try it out. But it has like a golden overspray over it, and it's under that it's like a peachy blush. So you guys know that peachy blushes are my favorite. It comes with a little bitty tiny brush, and I'm not going to be using it, obviously. I am going to be using my Morphe G4 brush. They did discontinue this gunmetal line, but they have the golden line, and there's a brush exactly like this. So I will link that down below. But I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to put this in the blush. And yes, that was an overspray because it came off pretty quickly. But I'm just going to pat this on. The formula is nice. It's not very pigmented, which is fine by me. I don't want a stripe of blush on my face, you know what I'm saying? And it really does smell good. That is what the blush looks like. I don't know if it's really picking up that much on camera. I'm going to add a little bit on here, and I'm like over the top of my nose. Okay, so that is what it is looking like. It kind of just is like a standard blush. I mean, if you like high-end blushes, you would probably like this if you like more of a luminous blush. But it honestly reminds me of my favorite blush, Milani Luminoso. That's really the vibes that it's giving me. And actually, my Milani Luminoso is more pigmented than this. Like I said, I don't really want a blush to be overly pigmented, but I think that if it's more pigmented in the pan, you're going to get more product out of it because you have to use less when you put it on. But I do think that it is really, really pretty, and I would definitely use it again. I mean, I bought it. I'm going to use it. It is not anything like special, and honestly, blushes are not that special. Like I've said before, you can find really, really nice blushes at, drugstores or whatever, and I probably wouldn't pick this up again just because, you know, it's just a standard blush. It's not really anything to write home about. Okay, I'm going to just quickly touch on this product because I didn't use it, but I have used it before, like yesterday. So, this is the Girlactik Skin Glow Duo in the shade Moonlight. And I got this in BoxyCharm this month. Let me just say, I was very disappointed in BoxyCharm this month. I'm actually going to give away some of the products that I got in my box this month, just because I just am not a fan of them and I just really don't need them. I know that the lip color is not going to look good on me. The eyeshadow primer is too dark. It's like really yellow. And then I got this, and I was really excited to use this. But when I opened it, it was different than what I thought it was going to be. This is actually a cream duo. So it has a cream blush and a cream highlight in here. And I tried using both of these yesterday, and I was going to use them on camera today just to see if I could make them work again. But I just don't like this at all. Okay, number one. This smells horrible. This smells... I don't know if it's trying to smell like roses, but it smells like a floral plastic. I really don't know how to explain the smell, but it does not smell good at all. And it actually lingers when you put it on your face just a little bit. At least for me it did. And this cream highlight in here is just a little too dark for me. I could probably get away with it in the summertime, but you kind of have to layer it up. And then it kind of, I don't even know if you can see the swatch of that. It's really not that pigmented, but you kind of have to layer it up, and it's just not good. It just doesn't show up. The Benefit Watts Up Cream Highlighter is awesome, and so is the Anastasia Liquid Glow in Perla. Those are my favorites, but I don't know if you can see this in the pan, but I just like put my finger in this, and it just like chunked up in the pan. Like, I just don't like this. And then the blush... like, it's just chunking up in the pan, and it's just chunky. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just chunky. Okay, and the blush, I was really excited to try, and I don't even know if you can see that swatch either, but I was really excited to try the blush in here because it's a peachy pink blush, which is my favorite, as you guys know. And I stuck my sponge in it just like I would do a regular cream blush or cream highlighter. And it took my foundation off immediately with it. And it wasn't just the blush giving me a like flush, it was my skin showing through. So it took the foundation off of my face, and so I tried to put it on with my finger and then just kind of blend it out with the sponge, and it just did not work for me. I don't know if it was the foundation I had under it, but it was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation that I used under it, and I love that foundation. I don't have any trouble layering the Benefit Watts Up Cream Highlighter on top of it. So I think it was just this. I've never tried anything from Girlactik, and I would like to try other things from the brand, but this just did not work out for me, and I was kind of hoping that it would because I've been looking for like a cream blush, but it just didn't work for me, and I'm kind of disappointed. So this is not a new product. You guys have seen this on my channel. You guys know how I feel about it. I kind of wanted to put this as the first impressions because I just bought a brand new one of it. So this is brand new. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my face with this. Oh, and this is the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. If you guys didn't know, this stuff is awesome. I would recommend it to anyone. It's great. So I'm going to set my face. Okay, now that my face is set, I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I do have something new. This is the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale eyeshadow palette, and I got this in BoxyCharm this month, and this is what the palette looks like. I'm a little bit scared of this, and the reason being is that I've never tried anything from Pretty Vulgar. That's number one. Number two, this is a cool toned eyeshadow palette, and I don't play with cool tones a whole lot. You guys know that if you watch my Dark Magic palette review from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault collection. I'll link that in the eye above. If you watch that video, I ended up liking the look that I came up with, but that palette had some bold shadows in it where I could do like a bold look that I probably wouldn't wear every single day. But this eyeshadow palette has very neutral looks, and actually this color down here called Silver Spoon almost matches my nails. If you ever want to know what's on my nails, I know this is completely off topic, but if you ever want to know what color I have on my nails, it's probably always going to be from KL Polish, but it'll be a different color every single time. It'll be linked down in the description below, or at least the color will be down there in the description under what I'm wearing. But this is a very neutral palette, and by neutral I mean you could use this as an everyday palette if you like cool tones, but as you guys know, I don't play with cool tones that much. So at least it has some neutral kind of shades in it. But I am going to be creating a look with this today. I'm nervous, but I'm going to give it my best shot, just like always. So let's get started with the palette. I have swatched these, and they're not too pigmented, but they're not overly pigmented. Okay, the first shade I'm going to take is this shade right here called Pillow Fight. And I am going to take it on this Morphe M441. This is just a almost my skin color type of shade, which I like to start off with. So I'm just going to stick my brush in it, and I am getting a pretty good bit of kickback in the pan, but that doesn't scare me if I can use the colors right. So I'm just going to start by running this right into my crease, and you probably won't be able to see the shadow because, like I said, it is like almost my skin tone, but I like to start off with that transition shade because it makes the other shades a little bit easier to work with. Okay, and the first thing that I'm noticing is that this shade is not completely matte. This shade is kind of a satin. So, off to a great start, huh? But I'm just going to run that into my crease on both eyes. And yeah, this is definitely not a matte shade. But that's okay. We'll work with it. I don't care for this. Alright, so I think all that shade did was just give my eyes some sparkle. So, since that is not a fully matte shade, and I thought it was, and I can definitely tell now that it's definitely a satin once I swatch it, but I'm going to just take that same M441 and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Hide and Seek. It is a cool toned light brown. And I'm just going to hit into there. And I'm just going to run that right into my crease. While I'm running this into my crease, I will say that this packaging is really cute. I've never tried anything from this brand, but I know that they have really cute packaging. And this shade is showing up pretty well. I think that what's throwing me off is that Pillow Fight shade up under it not being completely matte. Okay, I just want to note something. I am looking to get like my next shade in here, and I'm noticing that a lot of these shades are not completely matte. And I'm not really loving how my eyes look right now. It's not the worst I've ever done, but it's definitely not the best. But a lot of these are not completely matte. So I think, which is unfortunate because the next shade I'm going to go into is pretty dark, so I'm going to have to use a pretty light hand with it. But I'm going to go into this mid-tone brown right here called Flip Out. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M433, and I'm just going to barely tap into it and tap off the excess. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to run this lower in the crease. And right on the outer corner. So this definitely is a pretty dark shade. It's not like black or anything like that, but it's a pretty dark shade. And it looks different in the pan than what it's coming across on my eye, which I mean is not a terrible thing that happens with a lot of palettes. I'm just packing this onto the outer corner, just slowly building up the pigment. And this shade is getting a tad bit patchy. I'm going to go in with our original M441 blending brush, and I'm just going to blend the edges of that shade. I think honestly still what's really throwing me off is that first shade not being matte. And this is blending okay. Not the best. On a Morphe M139, I'm going to take this shade right here, the darker brown in the palette called Swoop. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. It's pretty pigmented. There's not much difference in this shade than the other one, but it's just a little darker. And I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner as well. Going back in with my original blending brush and just blending out those edges. Okay, on this Morphe M432, I'm going to go into the black in the palette, and it's called All Nighter. And this is just like a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to take this and get some on the brush, and I'm just going to run this out here on the outer lash line. This is a really dark black. It's very pigmented. Now taking a clean M513, I'm just going to blend the edges of all of this. It is patchy right there in the outer corner. I'm just going to blend all of this together as best as I can. I'm going to go into that swoop shade again, that dark brown, on an E17. And I'm just going to see if I can fix this right out here with it being patchy. Because these shades are coming off different than what they look in the pan. In the pan they look brown, but on the eyes they're coming off more gray toned. Okay, I really can't get that to blend out there. So we're going to move on. On this Morphe M213, I'm going to take this shimmery shade up here in the palette called Break Free. It's just like a white shimmer. And I'm just going to take it on that little brush, and I'm going to take that and put it on the inner corner. That's really pretty. I'm going to take that on the brow bone as well. This shade kind of reminds me of VIP from the Armed and Gorgeous palette from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have my little flat shader brush that I usually use to pack on some pigment onto my lid. So I'm just going to have to take that little bitty brush again, and I'm going to take this shade right here in the middle of the palette called Clutch. It is a shimmery taupe color. And I'm just going to pack this as best as I can on this tiny little brush. And I'm going to spray the brush just like I always do with all of my shimmer colors. And I'm just going to pack this from the inner corner to the outer corner where we pack those darker shades. Okay, and that's pretty. That is really pretty. And I think I'm actually going to stop right in the middle, and I'm going to use another shade on my lid, on the middle of my lid. But this shade has sparkles in it, which makes it really pretty. So the eye look is coming together a little bit more now. Alright, so I just cleaned off that little brush, and I really like the way that this is looking now. I'm going to take a clean brush again, and I'm just going to try to blend that outer corner. That's the only thing about this eye look, is that the outer corner is just not blended. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. It'll be okay. I'm gonna take this shade in here called Silver Spoon, the one that kind of looks like my nails. It is a very pretty blue, and I'm just going to, this is very pigmented, holy crap. I'm just gonna get this onto the brush, and I'm gonna wet it again because it is a shimmer. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it right on the center of my lid, in between that really shimmery taupe color and the outer corner. So I'm just putting it right in there. And this is kind of like a denim color. Like it's kind of a denim blue. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to go back into that shade Clutch, the little taupe color. And I'm going to put that over the edges of it just to blend it in together. Okay, on a tiny little pencil brush, E36 from Morphe, I'm going to take that shade called Swoop right there. And I'm just going to run that onto my lower lash line. And I did have a little bit of fallout from those shimmer shades, but nothing terrible. I'm just going to connect those on the outer corner of the top lid, but still keep it like rounded out. And I'm going to take the M433 with that shade called Hide and Seek that was our transition shade, and I'm just going to blend that out on the bottom. Alright, I'm going to go off camera and do the other eye, and I'm going to run some black liner in the waterline, and then I'll come back and I have mascara to show on camera. So I'll be right back. Alright, so there's both eyes done. One looks better. Let's not judge. My lighting is getting terrible because it's about to rain outside. So my last thing, and my camera's about to die. So my last thing is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I did pick up the full size in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, like I said I was going to. And this is what it looks like. You guys have seen this mascara on my channel in the mini size, but I wanted to kind of make this in with the first impressions because I've never used the full size. But I'm just going to throw on this mascara and I'll come back and I will finish out this video with an outro. So I'll be back. Okay, my camera is about to die, so I'm going to do this pretty quickly, and I know my lighting has changed. I'm sorry if it looks like crap. Like I said, it's about to rain outside, so I wanted to get this done really quickly. But overall thoughts on everything, I absolutely love the bronzer duo. It's probably my favorite thing out of the entire thing that I tried. I love it. This will be used a whole lot by me. You will be seeing this a lot more on my channel. The highlighter is not my favorite, but I'm going to keep using it and trying it out just to see if it's just like the foundation that I had under it or the powder that I had under it or whatever. But I'm going to keep using it just to see how I like it. But I do like the formula of this, but it's not my favorite color. The blush I love. It looks like Milani Luminoso, so I don't think it's technically worth the money. But I will use it since I did spend the money on it. I'll probably use it up and then use my Milani blushes, you know, here and there. But I do like the blush. It smells really good and it has a really nice formula. It's a peachy blush. You guys know this build. So the Girlactik duo, you guys know how I felt about it. I already explained. Too Faced. Love this stuff, you guys know. Monsieur Big by Lancome. There was no difference between the small size and the big size. It has the same one and everything like that. Performed great, so really, really love this. Now the Nightingale palette. I had trouble blending it, but that could just be user error because I don't use cool tones a whole lot. But, I mean, the eye look came out wearable. I would wear this again. I would probably pair it with a different lip than I have on, but this is kind of a cool tone lip. But, I mean, I would wear this again. I had some trouble with this eye that I did off camera with the shimmer not being as vibrant on this inner corner, and you guys may be able to see that. But they performed pretty well. They're pretty pigmented, and I would try stuff from Pretty Vulgar again. So, probably would use this palette again. It's not going to be my everyday palette because I like warm tones more than I like cool tones. But if you like cool tones, then I would highly recommend you checking out this palette if you think that you would enjoy it. So that's my first impressions video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!